Good morning everyone, it's Yvonne here to do your What's Cracking reading. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. A lot of people did comment that they do subscribe to both YouTube and TikTok. I will be collecting your names up, and once they hit 100,000 I'll be giving a reading away. So if you haven't mentioned that underneath any of the videos yet, that you follow me on both or you subscribe to me on both, please do, because I'm going to collect your names up and we'll do a raffle. I'm about 94,000 on TikTok, so once they hit 100, that will be it. All right, if you're interested in having a personal reading with me, you can go and check out the readings at www.theaussiegoddess.com. All of the readings are there. You can book them, you can choose what you want, amount, time, whatever. Just make sure that you check it against your own time zone, because I'm pretty sure it does it all in Australian time. I do need to check that out. I forgot to ask someone yesterday. So if you do know, if you've booked a reading with me, does it record in your time for you and my time for me? Because I'm not quite sure whether it does that or whether you have to actually work that out. I'm going to go live today after I've done these readings about 8 AM. I'm going to do the air signs as a live this week. I just thought I'd try something different, and we'll see how we go with those. I do go live for a super chat every Wednesday at 12 o'clock Australian Eastern Daylight Time. All right, we're going to use the Lover's Path Tarot for your reading today. Now, it's a little bit different, this one. Beautiful deck, but it has not just, I love the images, but it has different sort of names and things for things too. So this is the World card 21. So the World card talks about finishing out some sort of cycle here, closing something out. It can talk about things international, it can talk about travel, but for the most part, it's the end of a cycle when you see the World. It means you've worked your way through the major arcana, you've learned the lessons along the way, and it's time to sort of finish out and move to a new time now. Okay, so we have the Two of Swords. So there seems to be some sort of decision you're making around a closure of something. Maybe closing a relationship, it might be closing down something like, you know, a job, or even something perhaps that you've put, I almost feel like you've put a lot of time and effort into something, and you're feeling here that, because the Two of Swords is not an easy decision to make, it's very stalemate. So what it means is that you're stuck in a decision because both options look the same or both look really good. And I always say, because it's swords, it may be that you need to cut something out or communicate something that's very uncomfortable. So to me here, this feels like you don't want to let go of something. You're actually not wanting to close out this cycle, whatever it is. And the decision to do that is becoming very difficult for you because you see both sides of the coin here with the Two of Swords. All right, so we have the Devil card here. It's called Temptation in this deck, which I think is quite simplified really for the Devil energy. I feel that maybe some of you are dealing with someone who possibly is quite narcissistic or ego-driven, somebody that you're finding it very difficult to move away from. The issue is when you get involved with someone who's really heavily into their ego, you can be quite addicted to them as well, especially if you're empathic or a people pleaser. It's very easy for people to get you hooked on them. And when you realize that you're in a negative or a toxic situation, it becomes very difficult to pull away from, because what you feel is that really strong attachment to them. It's not necessarily love, because you wouldn't be feeling this way if it was love. But people do. People will say, oh, but I love them. And maybe that is the case. But whatever it is, something is very difficult for you to move away from here. Let's see where we're going then. Wow, okay, so you've received a sign or a communication here. You've received some sort of sign, some sort of communication. You may have been seeking advice. You may have been looking for an answer here. And I feel like the universe is giving you some sort of heads up on something. There is a lot of communication going on here. So you could be talking to someone about this situation, or spending time, maybe even with a group of people or with family members, where you're trying to work out how to move forward here, because I see you contemplating with the 10 of Wands here. There may be somebody else involved in this situation as well. Okay, so maybe that is what it's all about. I do see you walking away from this situation. It could be with that devil energy that you've caught someone out on something. Somebody's communicated something to you, or you found something out here. But it could be just that you've realized something yourself, probably through like talking to other people, researching. There is something here you're finding out about this person, and it's time to move away. Now, it might not necessarily be a romantic interest, but there is a relationship here that you are contemplating severing, because it is either negative or toxic, or you have realized this person most likely doesn't love you back. There could have been some other issues involved here. If it's romantic, you could have found out this person wasn't being true to you. Whatever it is, you're cutting someone out though. Without a doubt, you're completing something. Something that more than likely has taken you quite a while to try and understand, so you can pull back. Let's see. All right, so we have the Prince of Swords. See, for me, the Prince of Swords is very much a card of research, of trying to find things out, of really sort of getting in amongst things and really starting to understand. Because the swords are always about not just the truth, they're about clarity. Being able to see something, communication. Something has been shown to you here for sure with that Prince of Swords. All right, and we have the Three of Wands. So you're definitely moving away. Eight of Cups, Three of Wands. Very much this energy of planning for the future. Feel like some of you may be planning in secrecy, or planning in a way that is not sort of out there. It's almost like you're doing it on the quiet here. It's a little bit Seven of Swords energy, really. All right, so we have the 10 of Swords coming through as well. So there's definitely this really big completion here. 8 of Pentacles. Now, for some of you, definitely feeling that you don't want to put work into something anymore. But now that's come up, it makes me feel like for some of you, it may be a job that's very toxic. It may be a workplace. I just feel that there's been some sort of something that's shown you here. You've probably asked the universe to show you a sign, and there probably has been lots of signs before, but somehow or another this time you've seen something that is really evident. You can't ignore it here. You know, it's really funny. I remember working in this toxic workplace, you know, many years ago, and it was very, I want to say misogynistic, paternalistic, very chauvinistic. They're probably more chauvinistic. And I knew it was toxic. I guess in the whole scheme of things, as much as it was toxic and it was a very masculine environment, I didn't really have any direct problem until I stuck up for someone else, and then it all snowballed. I'm really one of these people. I'm not very good at, well, I wasn't. I probably am a lot better now, but I wasn't very good at standing up for myself. But the moment I saw somebody else poorly treated, I'd be right in there like a dog with a bone. I was not letting it go. And I saw somebody get badly treated there. Now, it's very possible that some of these people that I worked with watch this channel. So if you're there, you'll know I'm talking about this. I remember bailing up one of the workers in a room and just saying, you need to back off. I mean, trouble for you. And it was really funny because even though that the workplace was really toxic, I wasn't driven to do something until I saw someone else badly treated, which meant I was all that time ignoring my own pain. And this is what it feels like here. It's almost like you've been ignoring it for such a long time, even though you know it's been going on. But something here is either the straw that broke the camel's back, or that last hit where you go, that is enough. And that's why you've hit the World card. And I think you've done your lessons now and you're ready to move forward. All right, what else do we have here? 6 of Cups. Oh, wow, okay. The Strength card. Some of you have had the strength to move away from something here. There we go again. 5 of Wands, deliberation. The 6 of Cups and the Strength card make me feel that it is something that either you have considered a lot in the past. You may have a very strong connection to this person, but I'm feeling like for some of you here, you may be walking away from a situation that never actually unfolded. It feels to me like you're really realizing that something wasn't going anywhere. So you may have been, for example, dating someone for a long time. You know, I hear people say, we've been dating for 3 years and you're not living together and you're not, and I think by 3 years you would think you'd have a solid commitment. And I feel like sometimes we tend to sort of push through things thinking things are going to get better, even though we can clearly see they're not at the time. And often what we're seeing is what it's going to be anyway. But here I see something where I feel you may be attached to something that never eventuated here, and you're still finding you're attached to it. But I feel you pulling away here. So maybe it's something that never eventuated but stays firm within you, within your soul, and is very difficult to let go of. 5 of sort of Wands makes me feel like you've gone backwards and forwards on a decision. All right, we have Temperance coming through. Wow, with the 9 of Swords. There's a lot of anxiety here. Oh, High Priestess. There's a lot of anxiety here about separating from something, regardless of what it is for you. The anxiety is about the separation. What I want to say to you is this is a huge step in your journey. Whatever this is for you that you're letting go of is a huge step in your journey. So it's like this step is the one that's going to springboard you on to something greater. But the decision to do this, the strength that you're finding within this energy of bringing something forth that you haven't worked with before is where the secret lies. So it's like this is the key to the door. It's like the key to recognizing your own value. It's the key to recognizing that you have the power to choose what you want in your life and what you want to let go of. And it's almost like, I'm trying to get the energy here. It's almost like this decision is the door to the rest of your life. It's like by opening this door and setting yourself free is going to open up your world. Because whatever you're doing here, you are holding on to this past version of you that you have outgrown. And like a snake, and I dreamed about a snake last night, which is quite interesting, but like a snake, you are ready to shed the skin here. It no longer fits you. This life, this existence, whatever you've been doing here no longer fits who you are anymore. And you may have outgrown people around you, you may have outgrown the job you're in, but mostly you've outgrown yourself. You've outgrown that version of yourself that you've been trying to work through. That version of yourself you can leave where you're going. Leave it and just move forward. Because whatever this is here, it's the doorway or the portal to something much more. I hope I've explained that well enough. All right, let's have a little look. All right, so I have here the ending of something with the World card. There is a decision you need to make here. Now you have the Devil energy here, and for some of you this may be fear of leaving something behind, but for others of you it looks like a toxic situation or even a toxic person that you're walking away from here. I feel like the universe is giving you some sort of sign here, but I do see you seeking out more information. I feel like you may have found out somebody else was involved in your situation, or you may be shown something that will move you forward here to your 7 of Pentacles, but you're definitely walking away with the 8 of Cups there. And I feel like it's been something you've deliberated on for a really long time, because there's like a lot of cards that say ending, finish, done. A lot of it. You know, you have the 10 of Wands, the 10 of Swords, the 5 of Wands. we have the Eight of Cups, we have the Nine of Swords, and it's like this energy of contemplating. Oh, now I realise I probably said something this yesterday, because somebody said about that Clash song, should I stay or should I go? That's the energy it's giving off here. So it may be I can't remember the readings yesterday, but maybe I do remember that. So it may be a similar thing to what happened yesterday, but it's definitely this energy of completing something, to start something that is so much better for you. All right, so we have the World card coming out again with the Two of Swords again. Yep, so that decision has gone round and round and round. You've been contemplating this decision for a really long time. I feel like the universe is saying to you, it's time to let something go now. You can't, you're flogging a dead horse. And if the horse is dead, get off. I just remember the other one too. Perhaps that's a little bit rude to get on here. Poop or get off the pot. One of those. Oh boy, too funny. All right, we're going to read a card from the Ascended Masters deck here. But I do have the card that says drink more water. And every time I say that, somebody comes on and says, yeah, I've been trying to do more of that. We have the card of fertility coming up. But I don't think that's, yeah, priorities and fertility. King Solomon and Pan. Oh, one of my favourite characters right there. I want to have a look at this, because I feel like, to me, this energy here. I want to say the drink more water, but I feel like it's got something to do with your life fluid here. Because when I see the fertility and the priorities, it's almost like, you know, this energy of needing to grow, needing to expand. Perhaps you've come to a point in your life where you feel that what you've had up until now doesn't serve you. You know, it's sort of that energy of wanting to grow, of give birth, like to expand, become bigger. You're ready to become bigger than what you are. But when I see the priorities, I feel like the universe is pushing you to do something here. I'm going straight to the page just about. Devote your time to your highest priorities, even if it means getting to bed earlier or later. This is a wonderful time to work on projects that are near and dear to your heart. It tells you about your dreams again. It tells you that your dreams are about to come true, but you've got to let go of the old here. As you invest in your priorities, you're investing in yourself, and that's what's coming through very strongly. I just want to have a look at this fertility one, because I feel like that is the one that holds Mr. Pan. This card signifies it's a very fertile time for you. See, it's an ideal time for the conception of a new project. All the doors are open for you right now. Your mind is fertile with many wonderful new ideas, and abundance easily flows to you. Since everything is in its infancy stage, have patience with the growth process. Just nurture yourself and your projects so you stay strong and fertile. That is why the drink more water and the priorities are coming through. This is about, it's almost like they're saying to you to feed the life force within you here. It says here you have the Midas touch, and everything is turned into gold right now. Let go of worries and guilt and enjoy yourself. Now is the time to start projects. And I really feel here that this is what the universe is saying to you here. There is something about you feeding yourself, feeding your life force in order to rebirth something. You're in the process of birthing something. This situation no longer serves you. Whatever it is, this here star, fame and fortune coming through very, very strongly on this card. So I feel like you're being asked to leave things behind that no longer serve you and move towards your life purpose. Thank you.